Since we're all gonna die, there's one more secret I feel I have to share with you. I did not care for The Godfather.
It all started with a few whispers on social media, a couple of shady comments that most people dismissed as jealous ex-girlfriend talk. But those whispers soon grew louder, and before anyone could blink, Pierre's ex had officially broken the internet with her brutal and shocking claims. According to her, not only was Teyana Taylor not Aaron's type, but Aaron had a whole different game plan when it came to his so-called relationship with her. What seemed like a typical bitter ex moment quickly spiraled into a scandal that no one saw coming. Pierre had been a rising star, known for his powerful acting and quiet charm. People admired him not just for his talent, but for how low-key he kept his personal life. That is, until he started appearing around Teyana Taylor. At first, no one paid much attention. A few shared circles, industry events, casual photos, nothing out of the ordinary. But slowly, rumors started swirling that Aaron and Teyana were more than just friends. A late-night dinner here, a private party there. The rumors gained momentum, but neither of them confirmed nor denied anything. They let the world guess. Then came the real shocker. News broke out that Aaron had been spending significant time not just with Teyana, but with her daughter as well. That's when people started putting the pieces together. It wasn't just a fling. Was Aaron stepping into a father figure role? The narrative around Aaron and Teyana shifted almost overnight, with some fans even rooting for this unexpected pair. But while the world was busy shipping them, someone else was watching all this unfold with a completely different perspective: Aaron's ex. At first, her comments were subtle. A few liked posts, a cryptic tweet about fake relationships, an Instagram story that hinted at betrayal. But then, out of nowhere, she snapped. The internet was hit with a storm of screenshots, voice notes, and personal anecdotes that painted a very different picture of Pierre, the one that she knew. And according to her, Teyana Taylor was never and would never be Aaron's type. In a series of brutal posts, she didn't hold back. She described Aaron's real type as being nothing like Teyana. She claimed Aaron always went for a specific look, a specific vibe, women who were quiet, low-key, not flashy, or in the public eye. According to her, Aaron loved simplicity, a certain soft-spoken grace, not someone bold, outspoken, and constantly in the spotlight. And in her words, that meant Teyana Taylor couldn't be further from the type of woman Aaron would genuinely be interested in. But it wasn't just about preferences. The ex dropped a bomb when she suggested that Aaron's entire relationship with Teyana was nothing more than a move for clout. She hinted that Aaron was using Teyana's fame, her connections, and her industry pull to boost his own career. She claimed that Aaron had always been strategic with the people he surrounded himself with, always thinking a few steps ahead when it came to his image and career path. And now, according to her, Teyana was just another calculated move. The internet exploded. Screenshots of her posts spread like wildfire. People couldn't believe the boldness of her statements. Some thought she was bitter, trying to tear down a man who had moved on. Others started digging deeper, looking into Aaron's past relationships to see if there was any truth to her claims. And surprisingly, some of what she said started to check out. Aaron had indeed kept his previous relationships very private, and most of the women linked to him in the past were nothing like Teyana. What made it even messier was the way Aaron handled the situation, or rather, didn't handle it. As the scandal grew, Aaron remained silent. No statements, no clarifications, no social media activity. It was as if he vanished right when the world was demanding answers. His silence spoke volumes, and people started wondering if maybe, just maybe, there was some truth to what his ex was saying. The lack of defense made things look even worse. Teyana, on the other hand, didn't immediately address the mess either. And that's when the speculation took a dark turn. Was she aware of Aaron's alleged intentions? Had she been played, or was she playing the game right along with him? The questions piled up, and fans started reading into every move Teyana made. A single Instagram story, a song lyric, a cryptic tweet, everything became fuel for the fire. Finally, after days of watching the internet dissect her personal life, Teyana broke her silence. But instead of a dramatic clapback, she dropped a message that caught everyone off guard. She didn't deny knowing Aaron. She didn't confirm a relationship either. Instead, she spoke about loyalty, about knowing who truly has your back, and about staying true to yourself in a world full of pretenders. It wasn't a direct response, but it said enough to send the internet into another frenzy. People read her words as a quiet but firm stand, a way of saying she wasn't here to entertain the drama, nor was she willing to be dragged into someone else's narrative. Her post garnered thousands of comments, most praising her for keeping it classy. Others weren't so convinced, suggesting that her silence on the specifics spoke louder than any words she could have said. While all this was happening, Aaron's ex wasn't done. She continued to post, sharing more details about her relationship with Aaron, how they met, how he behaved in private, and how he allegedly spoke about the kind of future he wanted. She painted a picture of a man who was charming in public, but calculated behind closed doors. Her narrative described Aaron as someone who knew how to play the game, someone who wasn't above using people to get ahead. The more she spoke, the more divided the public became. Some believed every word she said, pointing out patterns in Aaron's behavior and past choices. Others accused her of being bitter, trying to ruin a man's career out of spite. The debate raged on, with fans digging through old interviews, social media posts, and anything they could find to piece together the real story. Iman Shumpert, Teyana's ex and father of her child, stayed completely silent through it all. Some wondered if he was quietly enjoying watching the drama unfold around Teyana and Aaron. Others speculated that he might be gearing up to step back into the spotlight with his own side of the story. But as of yet, Iman remained a silent observer, adding another layer of mystery to an already tangled situation. The internet's obsession with the drama wasn't just about celebrity gossip. It tapped into something deeper. The idea of a man allegedly using a woman for status, the narrative of a bitter ex speaking her truth, and the question of whether public relationships are ever really about love or always about power and image. People saw reflections of real-life situations in this celebrity mess, and that made it hit differently. As the dust began to settle, questions lingered. Would Aaron ever speak up? Would Teyana finally confirm or deny her relationship with him? Would the ex continue her crusade? Or had she said all she needed to say? The story felt far from over, and everyone was waiting for the next twist. Then, unexpectedly, Aaron made a move. Not with a statement, not with a post, but by being spotted in public alone. Paparazzi caught him out and about, looking anything but fazed by the media storm. Some saw it as him trying to act unbothered. Others thought it was a calculated move to show he wasn't hiding. But what caught everyone's attention was the fact that he was seen with a woman, someone who, according to eagle-eyed fans, looked exactly like the type his ex described. The photos spread instantly, fueling the narrative that maybe the ex wasn't lying after all. Was this Aaron's way of quietly proving a point, or just an unfortunate coincidence? The timing couldn't have been worse or better depending on how you looked at it. Teyana remained silent. Whether by choice or strategy, she didn't react publicly to the latest twist. But insiders claimed she wasn't taking any of it lightly. Friends close to her allegedly said she felt betrayed, blindsided, and used. Whether those claims were true or just more fuel for the rumor mill, no one knew for sure. As for Aaron's ex, her posts began to slow down. Some thought she had said her piece and was ready to move on. Others suspected she might be preparing for a bigger reveal, an interview, a tell-all, maybe even receipts that would blow the whole story wide open. The possibility kept the public hooked, waiting for what felt like the inevitable next chapter. What started as a personal vendetta quickly spiraled into a full-blown public scandal that no one could ignore. It wasn't just about Aaron anymore. It wasn't just about Teyana. Hell, it wasn't even just about the ex. The people involved felt like characters caught in a soap opera that exploded live on social media. This story tapped into something much deeper. Trust shattered in the spotlight, the razor-thin line between public image and private reality, and how fast a narrative can flip when raw, personal emotions clash with the unforgiving glare of public attention. The internet was ravenous. Fans and critics alike devoured every new detail, every cryptic post, every leaked message. Twitter threads grew into heated debates. TikTok videos dissected body language frame by frame. The world watched and waited, desperate for answers, but drowning in questions. Was Aaron truly the villain? Or was he just a misunderstood man caught in a whirlwind of accusations? Was his ex driven by bitterness and revenge? Or was she simply telling her truth, no matter how painful? And what about Teyana? Was she blindsided, caught off guard by the chaos, or complicit in the drama swirling around her? No one knew for sure. The tangled web of relationships, emotions, and motives only made things messier. Trust was a luxury no one seemed to have anymore. And the story wasn't just about people. It was a mirror reflecting a culture obsessed with tearing down public figures while craving the real, unfiltered truth. In the end, this scandal wasn't just gossip. It was a lesson in how fragile reputations are and how, in the digital age, private battles become public wars overnight. And as the players kept everyone guessing, one thing was clear. The game was far from over. One thing was clear. This wasn't the end of the story. It was just another chapter in a saga that proved yet again how messy, complicated, and painfully human even the most glamorous lives can be. And as always, the truth was somewhere in between the headlines, waiting to be uncovered.